Welcome back to another installment of Barguments. Right now, we have a second round matchup of the 9-seed Ellie and the 2-seed Dave. How are you guys feeling?
Feel good.
Ellie, it seems like you're a little bit nervous.
I'm a little bit nervous,
okay,
but I'm ready.
Would you rather learn and perform the entire script of the sports movie A League of Their Own and then perform it in front of an unruly auditorium of 4th graders on detention, or spend 3 months in Siberia? Ellie, as the lower seed, you are going to be the one who selects which side you will be arguing for.
I'm gonna go Siberia.
Ellie, the time is yours.
So this is what I'm thinking. I don't see, when you look at the risk versus reward of learning the entire script of A League of Their Own and then performing it for an auditorium of unruly 4th graders, I don't see what the reward there is, because they're just gonna be rude to you. If you go to Siberia, you're by yourself. You can chill, you can do whatever you want. If you're prepared enough, you can bring, I don't know, Netflix, you've got snacks. You don't have to talk to people for 3 months. This is actually my dream. I might just do this for fun.
You could be those kids' heroes. That's one of the best movies.
You get to live in an igloo.
That's true, that's huge.
That's quality.
I can't believe you picked Siberia. I didn't even think that was a debate. Siberia by nature is one of the worst places on earth. That's like, hey, I hate you, you're going to Siberia. I agree with, actually, Mush. League of Their Own is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I actually cry at the end when they're old and they come back. So A, it wouldn't take me very long to learn the script because I've seen it 1,000 times. And I don't care how big of an asshole a 4th grader is in detention. I hate kids, that's why I didn't teach. But if I can get just one of them to be touched by that movie in the way I was, it's like a huge win.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's a room full of 4th graders on detention. These are
Totally.
like the bad kids.
Kids like movies. Little kids like movies.
Kids like watching movies. They don't want to watch some old dude do a movie.
No,
I
they're
knew you were
gonna
going
watch
to
it
go low
because
blow.
of that.
And I'm in that perfect age where I can transition from when they're young ball players to old all in once with the makeup. I actually may do this for free.
But if you want to touch some children's lives, you don't have to do that. You could be in Siberia and make a donation to like kids' charities or
They
whatever.
don't care what Siberia. You think you got internet in Siberia? Siberia is by itself. You're freezing to death. This is something, League of Their Own is almost a top 20 movie of all time for me.
Wow. Double Vodka Don, Vivs, you guys have anything to weigh on here?
Siberia couldn't be more dangerous. Freezing cold temperatures, tigers, don't want to be there.
That's true, there are Siberian tigers. Siberian tigers.
If you don't need a cooler, you can leave your Labatt's outside in the snow with a Jaeger and you're good.
Is League of Their Own actually a Broadway play? Like, it probably is. That's how good of a movie it is.
It should be. If it's not, it should be. Vodka?
Honestly, and if you think the 4th graders, they probably don't know about this could empower women, show them the powers of stepping up during the war.
These aren't asshole 4th graders either.
It's a baseball movie.
It's a
No,
baseball movie, and they stole like someone's lunch. That was it.
They are asshole 4th graders. I'm saying they need to learn.
This guy is putting on a fucking show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch this movie.
Is there any standing 8 counts in this thing?
Yeah, Ellie, I feel kind of bad here because it's almost like the entire room came to a consensus that
I
A
know.
League of Their Own.
Siberia? Why
They
the fuck
send
would you do
prisoners
that?
to Siberia.
Because I would rather be by myself than have to talk to a 4th grader.
Siberia?
But you're not even talking to them. You're just performing and they're watching and you capture them.
Yeah, it seems like this has been settled. This is Dave's argument that he has just won over you, Ellie. Very
it's a
sad to
shame.
say. He will be advancing to the next round. And Marty Mush, with his fantastic weigh-ins, just won $100.
Have you ever seen League of Their Own?
No.
It's spectacular.
You got to see A League of Their Own. You're going to enjoy it. And if you haven't seen it, hey, lighten up. And welcome back to the second round of Barguments presented by Labatt Blue Light, the show where we settle the world's biggest bar arguments for cold, hard cash. Now, right now, we have a very intriguing matchup. Last year's champion, Tommy Smokes, coming against upstart Large. How are you guys feeling, young fella?
Yeah, I haven't been called an upstart in a while. I'm a little intimidated. Tommy blew out Casey in a monumental match.
Yeah, people are still talking about it last year. No, I mean, look, Large is he's a wise man, but we'll see if I'm wiser.
All right, seems like you're pretty confident. Are you guys ready for your argument, or should I say bargument, which Large will be choosing which side he wants to argue upon? Would you rather drop the Stanley Cup or drop a song as a top 40 artist that you really needed to advance your career, but the song winds up flopping? Drop the Stanley Cup or drop a flop? Large, you get to decide which side you're on. Which one are you going with?
I'll take, I understood the Stanley Cup one a little better, so I'll do the Stanley Cup.
That sounds
Yes,
great.
sir, yeah.
It's confusing. Please.
Good luck, Tommy.
Good luck. You want to, so, You go ahead.
I'll start first.
Yeah.
I'd rather drop the Stanley Cup. It's known to be at parties, and there's worse stuff that's happened to it than being dropping. I can get over that.
There's only one Stanley Cup, though, Large, and if you damage that, it really can't be replaced. If I'm an artist, I have one flop of a song. The thing with art, especially in today's day and age, today's media, there's so much different type of media where, all right, I have one song that flops. I could start a podcast about, maybe I take a deep dive into depression and rock bottom. I then rewind back up. I start a podcast, my journey back to fame. Maybe I get a reality TV show, a movie. So just because I have one medium that shut off doesn't mean I can't be a star still.
I think there's a similar story of retribution for the guy who dropped the Stanley Cup. I could write a fucking children's book about it for all I know. Pick it up, fill it up. I can become like a Gronk-like celebrity. The guy who dropped the Stanley Cup that made up for it, filled it with a little Four Loko. There's stuff to turn that around also, I think.
If you were to drop the Stanley Cup, it'd likely be because you were boozing and you were drunk and, you're just a party animal who dropped it, whereas me...
Come on.
I don't want to jump in, but you're assuming. It might have been just because I was or I'm so old, so I might even get a little bit of sympathy off it. Oh, look at the old guy. Why'd you give him such a fucking heavy Stanley Cup?
But you still would have.
But if you were to go and write a song and put it out and it sucked, the onus is on you. I'll turn that shit around. I'm old. I'm going to use it to my advantage.
Look, okay, Boomer.
Go.
But listen.
I would love to go on the top 40 flop podcast too. That would be a nice situation.
Yeah, it'd be an unbelievable podcast to get on. I just think that, we've seen artists fail and rise back up through the ranks. I don't know what would happen. It's the fear of the unknown. What happens to that guy who drops the Stanley Cup? It's a part of American history.
I embrace the unknown, and that's the whole thing. Like, if you're just the next Milli Vanilli-ish type guy, you're going to get lost in the sauce. I can potentially be the old-ass boomer legend who dropped the Stanley Cup and came back from it even stronger than before.
You don't think you could have a similar story of retribution, though, as an artist? The old artist, he's on his way out. It's like, oh, he'll never be able to bounce back. He's old, he's washed up, now he's putting out garbage music, too?
I love that story. You know what story I like better? The guy who dropped the Stanley Cup, picked it up, filled it with beer, and drank it. I think that's more intriguing.
Unbelievable.
Right?
Yeah, that's promoting
Balls,
if you want to promote alcoholism.
I mean, I think Tommy kind of flopped on that one.
This is a little
like you should have had that easily. You're theoretically probably still rich, right? If you're a top 40 artist, I'd rather be just the rich guy.
Yeah,
I'd rather be the rich guy. You're still a top 40 artist.
What about your next track?
I mean, Large could be a homeless person that dropped the Stanley Cup.
I very well could.
And he looks homeless too.
Yeah, sometimes. Tommy left out the financial aspect of being a celebrity star who would put out 540.
I thought that was. I assumed. Look, Roan is a genius, and I assumed that he knew that in his head already. I wasn't going to go stoop low and try to explain that to Roan.
Large forgot to mention that Stanley Cup usually on ice. That's why it's
strong
hard to
strong
hold.
chance he also had a milk chick. He's lactose intolerant. He's in his late 40s.
And I've had a
if
lot
you
of
have to
cheese.
shit your pants, you have to make a decision. Drop the cup or shit your pants.
There's so
I'm
many
going to drop the
angles.
cup and I'm going to go take a shit.
Look, I'd rather be a celebrity than some hobo who dropped the Stanley Cup.
Exactly. You'd rather be a celebrity. You'd rather be rich.
No, that's
what?
a lot
It's
about
celebrity.
you. That's
I'd rather be a celebrity with a redemption.
All right.
Than a
We're going to
drunk.
have to call it right here. And there were some good points made on Tommy's behalf, but it's a shame because Glenny was making all of them. And it's going to be an upset right now. The #1 seed and last year's Barguments champion is out of it because Large has just moved on to the next round. And Glenny, for those fantastic points you made, you will be making 2 points.
That should have been
bills.
assumed. Whatever.
Now we have a big second round matchup. KFC against Casey. How are you guys feeling?
We argue every day. This is nothing new.
I mean, I beat you in arguments
Well,
every
that's
day.
just not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
It's not true?
I let him think he won because he's a man and his pride and everything.
He's
but he
smarter
doesn't win.
than the girl.
I mean, it's just not true.
So are you going to let him win today, or what's this going to
No,
look
he'll
like?
probably just bury himself.
It's not up to her.
So would you rather work 9 to 5 as the caretaker for an ornery old man between the ages of 70 and 90 in his life, or spend 1 year in a motel room with a heavily smoking Vietnamese man who refuses to learn English? Casey, you have the lower seed, so you will be able to pick which side of that you want to be on.
I'm going to use the female side of this, Kate. You're going to really like this argument. I'm going to take the 9 to 5 because I'm going to hope that this ornery old man, 9 to 5 caretaker, that he might have a little bit of money. So what I'm thinking is that I will do the 9 to 5 job, but then he'll also be my sugar daddy, which then means I can then go on the off hours and go spend his money.
And you can also kill him.
Yeah.
20 years. You can't kill him before he's 90.
But at 90,
Once
I
he hits
can?
90, you can kill him.
Okay, so I use this job as a way to get in and to make him fall in love with me, or just make him think that I'm good spending his money. Take care of him from 9 to 5. Go live a normal life outside of it. at the age of 90, maybe accidentally forget to keep taking care of him, and I'm a billionaire.
Anna
Nicole him.
Question, Roan, actually.
Of course, yes.
Do you have to deal with like the bathroom needs of this old fella?
Oh yeah.
Yes, you're a caretaker. It's a 9 to 5.
I will not be wiping some old man's ass for 20 straight years. I will not be doing it. I will not be holding his penis. I will not be touching his body in any way, shape, or form.
If you're a sugar baby, you have to do that.
I will not be giving up 20 years of my prime. So you're going to come out of it
It's a
when
job,
you're like
Kevin.
what?
Anything's
like
a job.
40?
Anything's
you're
a job.
40 years old.
Anything is a
your
job.
best years are behind you, and maybe you get money, but because he is an ornery old man, he's probably not going to give that to you. He's probably got next of kin. So now you just wasted 20 years of your life wiping wrinkly old shitty butt cheeks for basically nothing. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to hang out and smoke cigs with this Asian guy for a year.
You don't know how he looks.
As far as I'm concerned, I just made a new friend, okay? He's an interesting Vietnamese fella. Maybe he's going to teach me about other cultures. I'm going to rip some reds, and after a year, I go back to life.
24 hours a day for a year. I mean, you would die before you even get to have any fun.
I don't think I would die. I think I'd have. I think I basically like am one of those guys anyway. I'd be like, "What up, though? Like, how we doing, man?"
Barstool indoors. But see, here's the thing: is that you said he would give it to next in kin if the guy died. I would be his wife, and then.
Oh, so now you're marrying this disgusting man.
Oh, for sure.
You have to pleasure him. You're gonna suck a 90-year-old man penis.
But then,
thank you.
Pleasure her. You don't
I don't think an ordinary 90-year-old man can pleasure her.
You don't. What? I mean, old men marry young girls all the time.
Do they
something
please
new?
them sexually?
You don't know. You don't know.
You're going to give up 20 years of your prime
from 9
for
to
this
5,
old
Kevin.
man?
9 to 5.
Yeah.
Between the other hours, I can go do whatever the fuck I want.
But think about how bad you have a bad job. It
money.
ruins your entire life, and you
But
have
if your bad
the
job is
worst
making
job.
you a rich person.
But maybe you don't know that.
And
There's
we
no
just-
guarantee.
it's
You have
like-
no guarantee
I'm
you're getting money.
gonna jump in here and say you're acting like it's gonna be a huge pain, but put a little something in the cereal. He just takes a nap all day long. You get to enjoy his house and have a good time.
There it is.
You don't have
If
to
you are
worry
not
about
allowed to
anything.
kill him, you're not
20
allowed to
years
drug
is
him
a
or poison him.
breeze.
Okay, well then
Hey, we got to.
one Vietnamese.
Go ahead, Casey. One at a
Hanging out by
time.
myself for a year. And I'm just living indoors like I usually do.
He never
with the
said that
Vietnamese sleeping in the corner.
Yeah.
He never said he was like terminally ill or had something where he was
Right.
constantly going to the bathroom. He just said a caretaker.
He's a 90-year-old man who
from
shits.
70 to 90.
Regular
And I mean,
90-year-old men are
grand-
shitting.
My grandparents that are in their 70s, they don't act
Right.
like they don't have to have people just like lifting them around. They live their normal life.
If you need a
just have to be
caretaker,
there.
you need
you
to
have
be
to
wiping
Be
butts.
like an emotional support animal.
No.
Yeah,
That's not what a
exactly. You're also
caretaker
getting
is.
money out of it.
Can you
you are a
open the
caretaker.
motel window?
It's an interior-facing motel, so the window just opens to
So there's not even
indoor
sunlight?
You
hallway.
gotta get in the wheel.
There's
Just go ahead and
not-
work, take
yeah.
work the man, get in the wheel.
Indoors, I am made for this. I do this as it is. I don't need a window. I don't need to go outside.
That's a lie.
I'm hanging out with a little dude who actually sounds like he might have some interesting stories.
I saw he was
Emphysema,
mad.
mesothelioma.
I
The
imagine him as a
coffee
big
you would have,
gentleman.
you would smell like absolute shit. You would
For a
never
year,
get rid of
and then I go back to my regular life.
If you live in a motel room for a year with a guy that smokes, you're never not smelling like smoke
That's
for the
not
rest of your
true.
life.
I take a
The
couple
rest of your
showers and I'm
life.
good
Year
to go.
flies by,
You're
too.
gonna smell like shit for the rest of your life because you're wiping butts for 20 straight years.
You're acting like these people don't know how to take care of themselves.
If you need a caretaker, if someone needs to take care of you, it means you can't take care of yourself.
You really didn't say exactly how far we had to take care
I
of
mean, a
them.
caretaker is like
There is levels, but
you're giving him a sponge bath every day.
again, if I'm
He's
gonna be
probably
a
asking
sugar
you
baby
for
out of
hand
it,
jobs
do you
and
know
he's
how many
being
people,
rude to you.
Do you know how many people have shitty
This is
jobs
mental
that make
abuse
like
for 20 straight years.
minimum wage?
You're gonna come out of that way more fucked up than me.
With a
Annoying
lot of
job.
fucking money.
Maybe not.
A
You
lot of
don't
money.
know
Oh,
that
no.
you're gonna get any money.
Oh no.
There's no guarantee you're
That's
getting
the
any money.
He didn't say I wouldn't, so that's the hypothetical I'm working
Right,
with.
but hypothetically, you might not get anything. It's
An annoying job for
your
20
best
years.
years.
Yeah.
You're betting on your charm.
Yes. Annoying job for
Exactly.
20
I
years
don't
or
think-
do nothing for 1 year.
I don't think you
Yeah.
can charm a
That's true.
20-year-old,
I think
90-year-old
Casey
man.
very well.
Yeah.
An 85-year-old man is
90
not going to be
90 is
easily
the last-
rude.
One question.
I'm hanging out.
I think a lot of people have made a lot of really good points, but we have to put this bargument to bed.
We could do this all day.
And we really could do this all day. And there's a lot of programming on Barstool where you can catch barguments like this at all times, but this one has to be settled. And the words that settled it to me were wiping poop. And that sounded disgusting to me. For that reason, I'll be awarding this bargument to KFC, though Kate did make some fantastic points, so she will be over here coasting with another cool $100. Labatt Blue Light's taking care of us. You should be taking care of yourself, even if it's a 90-year-old version of yourself in some hypothetical world. And if you can't take that, lighten up. Welcome back to the second round of Barguments presented by Labatt Blue Light. Now, this second round matchup features two lower seeds. We have the 14th seed, the $20 Chef, going up against the 11th seed, Trista Crick. How are we feeling?
I feel amazing.
You feel good? Chef, what's going on?
Bro, I feel wonderful. I got a belly full of Labatt Blue and a positive attitude.
That's all you need, brother. That's all you need in a situation like this.
That was loud.
Absolutely. He's loud.
Yes, very loud.
And you need to be loud to win arguments like this. Now, are you guys ready for the bargument that you are going to be facing off in?
I'm ready.
Ready to go.
Would you rather get the lifetime of royalty checks from one of the primary voice actors from the Magic School Bus, or be the most attractive person in Fairbanks, Alaska? Royalty checks from the Magic School Bus, the most attractive person who stays in Fairbanks, Alaska. $20 Chef, you're the lower seed.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Magic Bus checks.
Okay, the Magic Bus checks. Let's bargue.
All right, listen, here's the deal. It's one of the most famous songs of all time, all right? This is one of those things where you meet somebody and you're like, wow, I can't believe I met this person. At first, they're a normal person. And then you go, wait, you're the fucking brains behind that song? And then bang, you're in, you're family, you're ready to rock and roll. Not only that, but you got a bankroll because that song isn't going anywhere. And it's been there for a long ass time. And you're just gonna bankroll those checks. Next thing you know, you're at the bar, you're buying cases of Labatt Blue for all the boys.
I love that. Trista?
Well, I don't even know the last time I saw the Magic School Bus on television. So those royalty checks, in my opinion, are probably running dry. I don't know about you guys, but at PBS, maybe?
But
I'm not sure.
it's just airing now in North Korea.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse
North Korean kids never seen it. They're blown away right now.
Things in North Korea are not exactly what they say, though. I would be the most attractive person, not only from Fairbanks, but that lives in Fairbanks. I'm gonna be able to have a great life. I'm gonna be able to probably get free fish for the rest of my life, and probably going to be able to make a great living as well.
We're talking about 50 people in this state and in the whole goddamn city. That's like,
not true.
You're more famous in this office.
That is not true.
I mean, do you know the population of the town?
I think you're shaming Fairbanks.
Does anybody have a legitimate number on how many people live in this town that you're about to be the most famous person of?
I'm sure
no, it's hottest person.
Hottest.
Best looking. Doesn't matter. Either way.
Looking.
The biggest dude there, I mean, the most in shape there looks like literally looks like a bear. You're going to be getting dry humped by dudes with humongous bellies and little baby penises.
First of all, dude, they got that Inuit dick.
What?
Inuits, big dicks.
Kate, what are you seeing here?
I see that Magic School Bus is completely irrelevant now. We've moved
exactly
on
right.
past it. I honestly, if you told me I could be the hottest person in Fairbanks forever, give me my plane ticket. I would love that. Right now, I'm maybe a Fairbanks 9.7 if you could bring me up to a 10. You'd live like a queen the rest of your life. You wouldn't have to do anything. And people, you're ripping on the Fairbanks guys. These are lumberjacks. These are that men out in the fishing boats. These are brave men with giant hogs. I'm in.
Fairbanks is named after
abs on abs.
I would have picked that if I was looking to get piped up every day by all these strong ass dudes.
All right. I'm going to need a closing statement sentence from each one of you so we can really settle this. Make your case for those royalty checks. Just one sentence.
Channel 2 in every single class in America. Magic Bus checks rolling in.
And Trista, what's your case for Fairbanks, Alaska, and being the hottest hottie there?
Well, the royalties, I believe, are pretty much nil. So I think just that alone makes living in Fairbanks, Alaska, which everyone is sleeping on, a much better proposition. Better food, better men, and better children.
Wow, this is a very tough one. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to give this one to Trista because it's been disproven that guys from Fairbanks have smaller dicks. And the person that proved that was actually our good friend Pat. So you'll be winning the $100 for saying that the Inuit men are actually well endowed. This has been another episode of Barguments. And if you can't enjoy that, you really need to lighten up.